Well, good evening. This is Gina Tudela, and tonight I'm going to show you one of the new kits in the kits collection. It's called Thank You Kindly. It gives you enough supplies to create 8 cards, 4 of each style. And one thing about it, it gives you the ability to create something when it looks really like nothing. Find a better picture. So you see here, it's all white with black writing. Well, that's fine if you just want to do white and black for an elegant thank you card. But tonight, instead of using the greetings that are in black, we're going to use blending brushes with 3 of my favorite colors and make it look springy. We've had enough cold weather, right? Let's let it look springy. So we're going to use Granny Apple Green, Fresh Freesia, and Berry Burst. And we're going to use the large and the small blending brushes. So let me show you what's in the kit for $14. You can't beat it. You can't even cut the cardstock and everything and have tear tape, dimensionals, and then you can use these greetings. They have them in 3 different languages. They have the thank you done inscriptive as well as print. So you have a choice there. And then they have it in French and I think Dutch. Anyways, and there's 2 sheets of them. So even if you don't want to use the back side, you can use the other side as an enhancement for something else to use as a backing. Right? So move that out of the way because I'm not even going to use those. It comes with 8 card bases that are pre-scored. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 folded. I'm going to demo 2. But I mean, this is a quick way, and this is nice, thick cardstock. Thicker than our basic white. Let me get my handy-dandy bone folder so I can crease that up. And let me see if I can scroll up. Hey, Linda. So, I mean, when you want to have something on hand and you need a quick card and you want to just play around, I mean, this would even be done great using the new plaid background and stamping with it. But I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm just using the blending brushes. That's why I said I'm only going to create 2, but then I probably will play with it later. So, this card can be this way or this way. I usually don't do horizontal, but the flower has to go horizontal because it's too big for it to be portrait. So, flower will be landscape and the leaf will be portrait. So I'm going to just put these to the side. So on the leaf, they give you this die cut. It's got a gold foil print in it. And then it's got a cut where you can take your bone folder, which I'll do after I do the blending. And then it gives you 2 circles. So we're going to do the circles, 1 light, 1 medium, and then the leaf's going to be darker. So we have a variation. So get all this stuff moved out of my way here. So let's start off. We only need 1 of these. And everything comes together. So all you have to do is punch it out. But I mean, you never know. So, and this is not a paper pumpkin. This is in the kits collection. So, you don't have to be, this is in the online store. And you can order that from your demonstrator. You don't have to go and order in the online store. You just contact your demonstrator. And by the way, I didn't even say the number. Where is my box? I just moved it. Where did I put it? Oh, over here. That's where I get distracted there. And the number is 166258 for $14. Hell of a buy to make 8 cards with all the stuff. Now, the ink doesn't come with it. I already have the ink. So, we're using Granny Apple Green, but it will go with any of the greens. So keep that in mind. And this one I'm going to use a large blending, I'm tongue-tied here. Alright, so we're going to start off with the smaller one. And I'm just going to go, and it has a texture on it. So I'll bring it up closer to the camera so that way you can see that. And I don't want to do it solid. I just want to give it a variation. So see there, that one. Let me add a little bit more, because the smaller one I want a little bit darker than the bigger one. Okay, so there's that one. Now the big one. And just go all the way around. And I just turn the paper. This is textured. And I'll bring it up closer so you can see it better with the larger one. So see the texture in there? I don't know if you can see that. I gotta move my camera back down. Hi, Bee. So you can see the texture. I'll turn it sideways and you can see it. So then you can make it as light as dark. But remember, I want to make the leaves darker. So therefore, we have a variation. I'll probably go back over that. So now we're going to do this. So these are going to be careful because it is it's a die cut. You don't have to die cut it. It already comes this way for you. So on the circle, we could go in a circular motion, but on this one, it's a die cut. You want to go ahead and do it. I'll move my pad out of the way so that way I'm more centered in the camera. But I haven't done a kits collection in a while, so I kind of wanted to share this. What weather we had last week. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's over yet. Because we even got Roman left for dialysis this morning at 4. And after he left, it must have snowed because I got up at a little after 6. And it already had a dusting. So. Okay. Almost done with this. It does take a little bit. Now I want to have one side a little bit darker. So all you do is just go on that one side and just make it a little bit more. Especially there, that corner tip there. Hopefully everybody is staying warm. Oh, B says, I'm tired of snow. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, tonight is supposed to be the coldest it's been. I think it's going down to 22. So it just depends on your location and where you're located. And that wind doesn't help. We're up about 450 feet from sea level. So it was chilly out there earlier around 4 or something. There's that. So see the variation? Really, let me put this up on the card so then you can really tell. So you see how I gave it the difference in the variation? Really comes out. Okay. And so you can see that one and the small one. So I don't know the point of that. It's like, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges and highlight the circle. And the reason for that, so it stands out. Otherwise, but I'll bring in the picture and I'll show you how they had it lined out. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm probably going to make this bigger one a little bit darker because it looks lighter than the smaller one. But maybe I want a smaller one. I don't remember what I said. I think I wanted the smaller one darker than the larger one. I think that's what I wanted. I just want to smooth that out. Okay, so we're done with the green. Now in the picture, what do I do with my instructions? In the picture, they show you, when you look here, they show you where to line it up at. So, here they show number 2. And they show using tear tape. And you can use a wet glue if you don't want to. So, but I'm going to use a tear tape because that's what they showed. And they showed doing the circle here and here. So now you see why I wanted to make the smaller one darker. Because of where it's laid up. So we're going to bring the card in. We're going to flip these over. And flip this over. Now, like I said earlier, I wanted to use the bone folder. You didn't want to do it while you were inking up the leaf, because it's too hard to do it that way. But you want to do it this way, while you've already inked it and it's had time to dry. Be careful of your stem. Don't do it too hard, because you don't want to break it off. Okay? Now, let's get the tear tape, and then we're going to use the dimensionals that came in the kit. Now, what did I do with all that? I just had all that in here. Okay. Alright. Well, I've got my mini right here, but it did come with them. They were in a little Ziploc bag. That's what I get for moving everything around. Oh, here it is. I had it covered up by the cards. So. Were these minis? No, these are bigger ones. I'm going to use the mini one, I think. Okay. And people say, I always have trouble with the tear tape. Well, I only have trouble when I try to use it with the scissors when I'm trying to cut it. So you're going to put one piece there, one piece here, and I usually put a piece in the center. And you don't have to make them that big. So I just did 4. Now on the bigger one, I don't like to waste tear tape, because it holds. It is not going to let go. Right, B? So, this is one of her favorite adhesive tapes. Okay, so now that's that. Now, what I am going to do is on the back of this leaf, I am going to put, let me move this back in the picture. I am going to put a piece of tear tape on the small ones. Okay? And just remember to burnish it real good. That means rub it, so that way it's easier to peel off. Okay. Now, on this part, I'm going to use, it came with regular size dimensionals, but since I have my little mini ones, because Fifi always likes to take off with these, and she runs and tries to hide them, my kitty cat. I don't know what it is about the mini dimensionals. She doesn't mess with the regular size, just the mini ones. Okay. And I'm putting 3 on each one of the 4 big leaves. Okay. Alright, now we're ready to assemble. So the first thing you want to do is you want to mount your big one first. Come on. It just doesn't want to pick up. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to lay that right there. And we're going to peel this one up. Okay, there's that one. Okay. And then this one's going to layer right up on top, and you're going to get just butted up against that one. Okay? Now, in the picture, they showed it. Where is it? They show it overlapping. I don't want to overlap it because I put dimensions on, okay? I wanted to make it even. So that's even all the way around. Now we're going to peel these off. I know I skipped one over here. Right there. I usually like to go from each leaf and peel them off. And you can turn them sideways so you can see the shininess. If you see shininess that's not sticky, then you know you haven't peeled it. Or you can just gently touch it with your nail. Oops. And now we have to peel off the tear tape. I already burnished it. That means I rubbed it real well. So it will come off easy. And then we're just going to lay that in there just like that. And I don't want it off the circle, but look at that. And then we're going to take some, I'm trying to think of what ribbon I got here. This will look good. I think it's from the holidays. Is it? Satin edge ribbon? No, it may be from the catalog. And I'm just going to go ahead and just tie a bow in my hand. And then mount it on with the tear tape. And this just matches beautifully because it's got the gold in the leaf. And it enhances. Now this didn't come in the kit. But that's okay, I have it. Now the good thing is it's only $14, so it gives you a chance to order other things that you would want to be able to get that. Especially during celebration when you want to earn something for free. Because every $60 you get to choose one of the items. And I have demoed those on several of the videos. So if you haven't catched them, make sure you do. Everybody loved the dancing couple. That's what I did last week. Okay, I'm trying to tighten this up. There we go. Always hold on to the knot when you're tightening it up. Let me get my handy dandy ribbon scissors. Move that out of the way. Piece of tear tape. Okay, where's the end? Right there. Okay. Put this on the back side. And rub real good. So peel right off. Not the tear tape though. We want that to stay on. There we go. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit because it came undone when I was trying to put the tear tape on. And this one side just wants to turn. Now, I never trim my ribbon till after I get it mounted on the card and then see if I need to trim it. So I don't want it hanging off the card. And this one can be longer. It doesn't have to be the same length. And there is that card. Just showing the blending technique versus just white and black. Yeah, they do remind me of the cucumber slices. You're correct. And it's, especially when people don't have dyes. They didn't have to use it on here. They could even use a piece of designer paper behind the leaf. especially the bokeh paper, and use the bokeh sequins. So, okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one is a beautiful flower. So it has this piece, which is the leaves. Make sure I only got one. This beautiful blossom. And a big flower. And of course, this one comes with a rectangle. So, we're going to do that lightly with the Granny Apple Green. I only wanted to have 3 colors. I could have done other colors, but I don't want people to be overwhelmed thinking they have to have this, this, and this. So I try to stay. And these are great spring colors, and especially if they're planning to do anything for Easter, they've got those colors. It helps. The only other one they don't have is the yellow. So, or the Highland Heather. So let's take our blending brush and start with the green. And this one I'm just going to do a light, soft color. I don't want it real dark. It's just going to have a hue of the green, but then I will go back over the actual edges to make them stand out on the card. And I'm just going back and forth. It's just going to give like a wash look to give it that soft, almost as light as our soft sea foam, except it's more of the yellowish color green, not a bluish green. Okay. Now, we'll just go around and do the edges. And go all the way around. I'm on the 3rd side. Now we got left is the 4th. This is going to be a landscape. The first one was a portrait. So it's going to look just like that. And then you see when you lay it on here, you see where you missed. So it makes it easy. Okay, so there's that. And I am going to tilt it on a slanted basis. So I'm going to put that to the side over there. Now let's do this. So this is the greenery for the flower. And it's okay to get it on the circle, because that's going to be covered up. That's how we're going to build and hold on to for the flower. Now I'm going to want this side a little bit darker. And this side a little bit darker. This side a little bit darker. We're going to turn it, do our next one. And as we go around, then you want to get on that inside part and make it a little bit darker. We only got one more side. I can see that where I missed it. Can't always with that light from the camera. Okay, here we go on this one. I want to make sure the circle has a little bit of green because I don't know if it's going to show or not. I haven't actually put one of these together yet, so it just came today. Perfect timing. It probably got delayed due to the weather. That's probably what happened. Okay, now we're going to go back over here and then come and do darker on the bottom end. Okay, so there's that. I bent that a little bit, but that's all right because it's not going to be seen because the big flower goes right up on top. Just like that. It gives it. So I see that this needs just a little bit of color. All right, move that out of the way. Now we're on to Fresh Freesia. Love that color. Okay. So, somebody asked me a while back, how do you maintain your brushes? So, like this one here, it will be used for all the pinks and the purples. Okay? The green one is used for all the greens. And same with the yellows. I just rinse them out with water, and it takes about 24 hours to dry. Now we're just going to go in a circular motion and go all the way around. And you know how we carved up the edges on the leaves? We're going to do the same thing for this beautiful flower. Now we're going to go back with the berry burst to touch up the edges because we want those to be a little bit darker, and you'll understand why. Okay, so this is the top, the first part of the flower. Here's the second. So this one we want to go all the way around as well. And you can see how this pops up. Yeah, yep. It's got definition there. Okay, almost done. Okay. Alright, now we're done with the fresh freesias. Now we're going to bring in Berry Burst. It's going to bring it to life. You don't want much ink on your blending brush because this is a darker color. So we're just going to bring it in gradually and just soften it up with a darker hue. So I don't want it real dark. I just want it to enhance the color. And you can see as I'm doing it. So there's that. And to show it to you, I'll set it on top of the envelope. You can see how that enhances it. Okay, so now let's do the big one. Same way. You're just going around the edges. And now you can add jewels and stuff, but just don't overdo your cards. I added a ribbon. That was more than enough. And then did this technique. And I mean, this just makes it a beautiful card. And nice and elegant. And no having to cut. Prep is the only thing you would do is punching the stuff out, and then doing this technique. But really, so now we're ready to use our bone folder. I'm not going to do it on the leaves, they're too delicate. But I can do it on the flower. On this one, we're not putting dimensionals on. By doing this, it will be popped up. So we're going to go ahead and put our tear tape on the back side of this one, but I'll put the mini dimensionals on the leaf. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to find the end here. And of course, we're going to put it on the texture. That texture paper we added the color to. Yeah. So I'm just going to put it on the four corners. And what I usually do is I alternate one vertical, one horizontal, and vice versa. And then I'll burnish them. And then I'll put one piece in the center. You don't have to, but oops, I gotta get off my finger. I usually do. Okay. And here. And then here. And let's do this one. 2 there. And then burnish these real good. So we want to get this one mounted first. Peel these off. And your regular dry adhesive does not like texture paper. You can use wet glue, but why? If it comes with the tear tape already, why do that? Only if you're planning to use the tear tape for something else. Okay, so there we go. Remember I told you I was going to do it kitty wampus? Yes, indeedy. There we go. And now we're going to put our mini dimensionals on here. Now this one came with regular size dimensionals. Those are the larger ones, but they're too big for me. One there. Oh gosh. You can tell Fifi had these. One here. She likes to help herself to my crafting supplies. Yep, you're right. So correct, Bee. So correct. Okay, those are all peeled. Last side. Oops. Let me get it placed right. There we go. One thing about it, you don't want it where it's hanging off the edge, and I still didn't get it right. Well, wasted that one. Okay. There we go. Much better. Now this one. I think this one needs to have one down here. I forgot how big that was. Okay. Now, we're going to peel off this tear tape. There we go. The key here is don't want your leaves hanging off your card. Outside edge. So when you place them on there. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and peel this off. This is the big part of the flower. Remember I said I wasn't using dimensionals because I carved it up with the bone folder. Now we're going to look to see how we want the flower. It's to go with the leaves. I think it's this way. Yeah, it is this way. Okay, and lay that on there. And just rub in the center. Okay. Now, we're going to do the curving of this one. This one's got depth. You can see it as you see when I'm curving it up. Okay, so we want a mini dimensional right here in the center. Don't want many, 3 total. So it shows the depth. And then we want one right here on this one. And then I think the other one is, oops, that's stuck to the other dimensional. Right there. Yep, right here. And peel that off. You'll understand what I'm saying when I put it on here. And that just brings it to life. So what you do is you just take your bone folder, gently curve it. You can't do it while it's not down. It's easier to do it when it's up. Okay. There we go. And then I think this is, oh, there it is. There we go. So, and there's that one. Now this one, I didn't want to put a bow on it. So, instead, I don't think I have my jewels out here. Oh my. But I don't think I have them. But this would look great with the rhinestones if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. But the ribbon would just take away too much of the flower. That's what I would do. So, and then, so let me show you the greetings. Let me go back to where the greetings are. Where I put them. So here's this one that we did first. Move this other stuff out of our way here. Okay. And then there's the flower. Oh, here's the saying. See? I just think that's just too stark. But if you wanted to say thank you, you could write a message and use the wording on the inside. I wouldn't put it on the front. You just take away from that beautiful color. So, let me see what I got here. Oh, I got one right there. I can put right dead center. Wonderful. Let me get my take your pick tool so I can get it off of here. I did find one. It's a perfect color. So it's like right there, and I can press down in the center where it holds them. There we go. I have one jewel left on that. That's those in color ones. They're so beautiful. So, hope you enjoyed this. There's number 1, and then there's number 2. Instead of keeping them stark white, like they are here, with black print writing, I dressed them up by using our wonderful blending brushes. And we have 2 sizes. And of course, I use the Granny Apple Green, Berry Burst, and Fresh Freesia. So, thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay warm, and I'll see you back here, or you can watch the video after it's being recorded next Monday at 7 p.m. Bye-bye. Yeah, I love the green too, the leaf, but I like the flowers too, because this could go for anything. Alrighty, take care everybody. Bye-bye.